When you wish you knew then what you know now. Oftentimes when I'm writing a piece for a film, I'll think I want to write about a specific topic or go in a specific direction. Then as I'm writing, as I'm editing the film, the piece often goes in its own direction. It goes a way that I didn't see it going whatsoever, but it's always better than what I had. It's always more beautiful than what I had. And I think life works that way too. We will be building towards one thing, and once it's finished, it looks nothing like what we had in mind. Usually, no, always. It's because God has intervened. And a lot of times we want God to make our story good instead of letting God make the story. Are you following? When I'm writing a piece that's 5 minutes long, I see how it's going. I trust that God is making it good as always. However, in my real life, it's hard to apply this because our story doesn't last for 5 minutes, it lasts for our whole lives. So oftentimes when we're at that 30-second mark of our lives, God has pulled us out of or into something, we get to the point where it's like, what was it all for? Why couldn't I know then what I know now? I was building towards this, but if I knew I would have been building towards something different, I would have moved different. I think regret and shame, holding on to the past and our shortcomings is the work of the enemy. We can't reach back. And I don't think if we could see what God has planned for us that we would even want to. I can almost cry as I write this. Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you, not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. And it's crazy because I didn't have a scripture that this was inspired from. And I was worried about that, but he delivered. But I couldn't see that he was going to deliver until I got to the sentence. We don't know what he has, but we must trust that it'll be so much more beautiful than we could have ever imagined. You go through pain, suffering, betrayal, and griefs to shape you. I wouldn't be the woman that I am. I couldn't write this message without the grief, but I also couldn't write this message without the joy that I have held on to, the light that gets me out of bed each morning, that keeps a smile on my face, that lifts me. Our faith must weigh more than our grief. See, you had to experience the grief in order to experience God more intimately, and you shouldn't ever want to trade that. Stop wishing you knew what you know now back then, and use what you know now to do something you couldn't have done back then. Use what you know now to serve others, to steward the innocent and vulnerable. What you have now is a blessing and not a curse. When God starts rewriting your story, when he starts taking pieces out and moving things around, just know he's about to move, even if it's just your perspective first. Even if it's just your character or your heart posture, be joyful in praise. When God starts taking over because he's doing things your own doing could never, he's kept you. And that is the most beautiful thing.